In the war-torn ruins of Theta Prime, the twin suns bled red across the sky as firestorms raged through the broken steel of a fallen city. Among the skeletal remains of alien towers, Sergeant Dax Keller dragged himself toward the collapsed bunker. Each breath raspy through his cracked helmet. Inside, barely breathing, lay Kelita Zalari Empath and the last surviving diplomat of her kind. Her chest heaved in shallow gasps, the glowing, barbed Rowan spear jutting from her ribcage, pulsing with a sickly green light. Blood blue and luminous flowed from her, pooling around her delicate frame. The Rowan weapon was not just designed to pierce. It was built to annihilate the soul. She looked up as Dax entered, pain painting every line of her normally serene face. "Dax," she choked, "you shouldn't have come back." "I don't leave my people behind," Dax said, his voice ragged. "You're not just an ally, you're my friend." She smiled faintly, but even that seemed to cost her. "If you pull it out, I'll die in seconds." He looked at the spear. It thrummed with ancient energy, an ancient Rowan curse, one that bound itself to the life force of the victim. "What if I take it into me?" he whispered. She froze. "No," she said, terror creeping into her voice. "You don't understand. If you try, it will transfer the death wound. You'll suffer what I was meant to." Dax's jaw clenched. "Exactly." She struggled to rise. "I won't let you. I am not worth that." He kneeled beside her and cupped her cheek with a trembling hand. "You once absorbed my pain on Altara 4, remember? You saved me. You didn't ask. You just get it? That was different. That was minor pain. This is death." He didn't argue further. With a grunt of pain and resolve, he gripped the spear. "Dax, don't!" She screamed, but it was too late. With a cry of anguish, Dax wrenched the spear free. Keller's body went still, but Dax collapsed screaming. The green runes along the shaft of the spear flared, then faded into blackness as it sapped the vitality from his flesh. Blood poured from wounds that now manifested across his chest, the same wounds she had only moments ago. Kellis blinked in disbelief, then sat up, feeling whole. He had taken her wound. He was dying in her place. "No," she whispered, crawling to him, her hands glowing faintly. "You stupid, noble idiot." Dax smiled through the blood and agony. "Told you, I don't leave anyone behind." She pressed her palms against his chest. "I can still reverse it. If I channel, no." He reached up, gripping her wrist weakly. "You live. That was the deal." "You didn't make a deal. Didn't need to. I decided." Tears streaked down her cheeks. "Why? Why would you do this?" Dax looked up at the sky, beyond the collapsed roof-orange fire mixing with the stars. "Because," he said, barely audible now, "the galaxy needs people like you more than it needs broken old soldiers like me." Kellis' fingers dug into his, desperate, glowing brighter with each passing moment. "Then I'll save you. I will." But he was fading fast. The spear's curse was ancient, irreversible by most means. Except one dot in Zalari culture, there existed a forbidden rite, one that had been outlawed centuries ago, for its cost was unbearable. Life bonding. She could bind his soul to hers. But it would mean forever sharing pain, thought, memory, and fate. It would cost her the peace of her people and make her a fugitive among the Zalari elders. Yet Kelif made the decision in a heartbeat. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "You saved me. Now I'll damn myself to save you." Her hands pressed against his dying heart, and she began to chant in ancient Zalari. The sky above turned dark. The spear in Dax's hand turned to ash. And then silence. When Dax opened his eyes, the pain was gone. He was lying on his back, staring at Kelif, who now looked older, more tired, but smiling. "What happened?" he asked. "I broke the laws," she said. "But I kept my promise." He looked at his chest scars, glowed faintly, pulsing in time with Kellis' heartbeat. "I'm bonded to you?" he asked, voice low. She nodded. "If you die, I die. If I suffer, So do you. It is a curse and a gift. He chuckled, coughing slightly. That's going to make dating weird. She laughed a real, unburdened laugh and helped him sit up. Outside, enemy ships screamed through the atmosphere, but something had changed. A wave of energy burst from the ruined bunker, repelling the Vrellan forces for miles. The Rite had unleashed something deeper than magic. The bond between a human and an alien had changed the battlefield. In the war. Keller turned to Dax, her voice steady now. From this day forward, we face everything together. And together, they rose.